Hey, what's up, guys? So, Season 3 Arena started, obviously, and I wanted to kind of, first I'm going to go over the gear pieces real quick, and then I'm just going to kind of talk about the state of Arena, how I see it right now. Um, all this gear is really good. I already bought the two pieces of jewelry down here somewhere. There it is, yeah. I guess I could just show you how mine rolled. It didn't roll fantastic. I mean, I'm using them both still, but here's how my neck rolled. You know, story of my life. This is how all my gear rolls. And then here's how my ring rolled, which didn't roll too bad, but you know, I need speed stuff. Like I'm fine on every other stat in terms of gear. Like I need faster gear. So that's how mine rolled. Depending on what you like, I think the necklace is the best item and probably what you should pick up first. The ring is really good if you have somebody that needs effectiveness. Like Dizzy. If you're running Dizzy, if you're running SS Bologna as like a defense breaker, it can be used on her. Pretty much anything that has a strip you can use effectiveness on, or anything that has like some kind of AoE debuff mechanic or strip. That's where you usually would throw an effectiveness ring, or provokes, you know, any kind of crowd control, any kind of debuff, any kind of strip. Really high focus on that on AoE targets. If it's a single target like Bruiser and stuff, you don't necessarily want to run an effectiveness ring like Ken, Yuffie, Luna. Yeah, they have debuffs, but the effectiveness doesn't give them, you know, really what they want for what they want to do. So that's when I would recommend picking up a ring. Like if you have a Basar, if you have a Tywin, you know, a lot of those guys, defense, like pretty much, yeah, anything like I just said. Just that's when you want to grab a ring. The ring's really good for those. Another really notable piece is the helmet. The helmet is also really good. Great stats for any kind of tank, any kind of healer. You want all those stats. Those are the only stats that you want for any kind of tank, any kind of healer. So really any way that rolls is fine. Or you can use it on, you know, like a tanky Dizzy or something like that. But ideally, like Effect Resist, use it on a Montmorency, use it on a Destina, you know, stuff like that. Tamarin. The boots, really good boots. Hopefully this is a piece that you want to dodge that Effect Resist on. And actually, I would want to dodge the speed as well. They roll, like, I have a bad habit of rolling high speed on my boots that are, you know, attack or defense or HP main set. I don't get high speed rolls on any other piece of gear, so it's frustrating. But if you were to get these and roll really high speed, so you hit like 20 speed on this thing, then you could potentially run them on a character like Sid, or you could run them on a character like Baiken. Something like that benefits from having a lot of speed, that has a high base speed, that gets a lot from the speed set, and then you get more attack from your boots. So there's that. This is just an overall okay chess piece. Ideally for a damager, you want crit damage on your chest. So where this goes is really just going to depend on how it rolls for you. And then this is kind of the same thing. It's more suited towards a healer. But it could also roll really high attack, really high speed, and then it's good for a damager, you know. So those two pieces really just depend on how they roll. So there's that. So let's talk about the state of Arena real quick. Today's really the first time I've done Arena in a long time. I was on a 20 win streak earlier down here. Leading up in all this, I was on a 20 win streak. And then when I tagged this dude, Dreamblade procced. And I didn't get to kill the Vildred, so I lost. Defense is iffy. It's like, I don't know. Them nerfing Crimson Armin, they definitely shook up the meta. So like you can see how diverse these teams are here. There's still Crimson Armins, but they're not on every single team. So I will give them props for diversifying the meta, but the problem right now is Iceria Tam pretty much beats everything. Like, I'm using it right now, and it's actually trivial. I'm dumping on everybody unless I lose to some really bad RNG like Dizzy Stuns and Fat Cat RNG, because there's a lot of Fat Cats starting to pop up. Moonlight Dreamblade RNG, just stuff like that. Iseria Tam really just dumps through everything. As for stopping it on defense, you just need those good RNG mechanics and a really tanky units. The longer it takes to kill those units, the more chances they have to get fucked by RNG, and that's how I lose on offense. Attacking with Iseria Tam is I go into really bad RNG. Like if it takes me too long to get through a Ruel, if I hit that 15% and my Iseria doesn't strip an immunity, like for instance, and then I don't get the debuffs, because my Iseria is I want to say she's like 140 effectiveness. Like she's built like I want her to land that strip, but there's always that 15% chance you're gonna miss, and then there's another 15% chance you're gonna miss if Fat Cat is there. So it's just 30% chance to get screwed. Sorry, I was gonna her effectiveness. Yeah, so she's 141 effectiveness right now. The effect resist meta is kind of came and gone. Like people still build a decent amount of effect resist on units, but I don't see, like 200 Destinas or whatever. I just kill them anyways. I don't care if they resist, because the AoE, like Araminta, all that shit's done with. And there's units like Basar that just ignore effect resist now anyways. So people are taking their Montmorencys, like I'll show you mine for instance, and they're building them tankier, because you got to be able to survive Cleave and you got to be able to survive Iseria Tam to progress in Arena. That's kind of how Arena's gone now. So like my Montmorency, I had like 207 effect resist on her, but I dropped some of it to get more stats. I could still swap this ring out and stay above 100 for her passive skill tree and give her a lot more tankiness. If I got a really good main defense ring, I would probably throw that on her. I believe she's really strong right now, but when it comes to like building your defenses and how the meta is right now, like you gotta build bulk on your units, because you can't just rely on Crimson Armin to provide the damage mitigation you need anymore. And with the buffs to the gear, attack got a buff, but defense got more of a buff. So when you build your units, you want to make them tanky so that they can survive. And you want some RNG mechanics in there too. And then there's certain units that just prevent certain things from attacking you. Like I built Jay Kisei is around now. There's a lot of people that have her now, and a lot of people are using her. So I built my defense to basically stop people from using that. I forgot what I lost to recently. It's mostly Iseria Tam stuff. Like there's really not a team out there. I don't know why it went all the way out, but there's not a team out there that really stops Iseria Tam. Like there's not a team that I've ran into that was like, oh shit, I can't beat this with this team. I haven't ran into that. So I think as you can see here, I did actually lose to a Jay Kisei there. It'll happen. There's a good chance though I probably killed that Jay Kisei and he was just able to clean up with Arbiter, There's 3 different cleavers on that team, so. And then same thing down here. He probably was able to hit the defense break, and then, Basar, feels bad getting hit by 2 level 50s, and this dude's legend with 2 level 50 characters. That kind of shows how they're doing a bad job in balancing stuff. If people can bring non-max stuff in and compete and top in PvP, that's a failure on Smilegate's part in balancing. But yeah, it's Iseria Tam and Jay Kisei. Just like I said, that's pretty much what the meta is. There's other random stuff in here as well. But, what can you do? This team's weird. Basar made Chloe. So SS Bologna probably just dunked on my team. She's pretty good on offense too. I don't really have a check for her. I could see how that team could beat me. It's got the revive safe mechanic there. Skill nullifier, debuff me to shit, ignore resist. I could see how that team could work too. But yeah, so that's kind of the state right now. Let's look at the top defenses, because it's a lot more diverse now. But like, I think like Denjo's team here is really strong right now. I think Basar is really strong on defense because he can stop what somebody wants to do pretty easily. But like, I can tell you just by looking at this, like this number 1 loses the ice area TAM. Number 2 loses the ice area TAM. Denjo's team is very risky to hit with it. 4 loses. 5 loses. 6. Well, I guess it's tied for 5. So yeah, Tial loses to ice area TAM. I guarantee you. Fat Cat's there, but ice area TAM still beats this. Like ice area TAM beats pretty much all of these teams. The only risky ones to hit are Basar. So that's kind of the state of Arena right now. We might start seeing more cleaves pop up on defense, but I don't think they're gonna do much. I think ML Basar is really good in this current meta where we shifted to. But like it's gonna really come down to like, obviously someone like Julian's has insane fucking gear, so he can probably stop Iceria Tam with his gear alone. So, but I think ML Basar, like not ML Basar, but Basar is really strong on defense right now. That's why you're seeing him pop up at a lot of places. I wish I had him. Unfortunately, I don't. I believe Sage, Bale, and Sazan is still usable, but other than that, I don't know. I think the best way to just build your units, like here, I could just show you the stats on mine, so you get a good example. Like I'll show you how my Dizzy's built, which will probably put me at a disadvantage if someone sees this and attacks me. But like you can see the stats of my Dizzy here. You see how high my defense is. That could easily stop a J-Kisei if a counter procs and she gets a stray stun. You know what I mean? So that's, and then like, I know when I'm attacking with Ice Area Tam, I definitely struggle against slower Dizzies because I outspeed them. And it either makes you waste a turn on Tamarin before you can do your cleanse, or she goes after the cleanse and it forces you to attack her. But my team pretty much just loses to Ice Area Tam anyways, so I don't really focus to beat that. I'm trying to make my team beat everything else. And of course you lose the D Corvus too, so don't even bother building for that. But yeah, just wanted to talk about Arena a little bit. I think they did a good job in diversing the meta a bit. Diversifying the meta, whichever word you want to use. But I don't know. I can't say I enjoy Arena. I'm doing it more because of the gear, obviously, so I don't know if I'm going to actually do Sunday rushes or climbs. I might. We'll just have to see. I still need to hit rank 1 legend sometime, so maybe that's something I'll try and do this season. I don't know, maybe. But that's going to be it for this video. I don't want to talk too long. I'm trying to get more steady uploads, so I figured Season 3 just started. Let's talk about Arena a little bit. And yeah, if you guys want more videos like this, let me know. Any other topics you want me to cover, let me know, that I could do relatively quick. I don't need to do a 30-minute video for every video. I want to try and do more stuff around 10. So if there's anything, like any units you want me to cover that you know I use a lot, let me know and I'll do that. So if you're new here, subscribe, like the video, all that fun stuff. And you guys have a good one. Later.